Angela walks up to St. Martha on the street and says, "Hello, Martha."
As our characters haven't met, have they?
Doesn't matter. It's happening. It's the
Okay.
street. We're on the street. It's go time.
Lady Martha will look down to her with brownish black eyes with her face seeming, but blue eyes with her mortal seeming, and look at her curiously and say, "I'm sorry, my child. Do I know you?"
Nope. Uh, Pretty good looking though. Do you want to take a selfie?
I don't know what a selfie is.
Here, let me show you.
Okay. Oh, you mean a
Um,
self photograph?
Angela's gonna turn around, hold her phone out, take a picture of the both of them.
And who might you be, my child?
Oh, I am the High Queen of Hibernia. She leans in closely. I am the High Queen of Hibernia. My name is Salem versus Alucia. First of my name, Protector of the Realm, and your Leash Lord.
Martha will just smile patiently and pat the girl on the top of her head and say, "Of course you are."
Anyway, are you new here? It's the first one of yours that I've seen. Points at her ears.
I recently came to this city. I was actually looking for a friend of mine, but I can't seem to find him.
Who's your friend?
Oh, a friend from long past. I was actually just got done settled into the convent and figured I'd go around and see if I can tend to any people in need.
Oh, wait, I think I get what you're saying now. I'm sorry, God isn't really here right now.
God is with us all.
I don't know. Have you seen people that don't turn on their blinkers when they turn?
Mm. Yes, I have memories of such things. Those people are misguided, of course, and troubled, but the Father loves us all.
Eh, fair enough.
Except for those that bring harm to others, of course.
Ooh, well, that just cuts out quite a few people.
From what I've learned recently, yes, that is quite correct.
Although, if you're new here, I'm about to hit up the market. There's some shit I'm thinking about getting. You want to come with?
Oh, yes, I will accompany you to the market.
Awesome. And, oh, now we can go ahead and do the intro. I'm playing the pukas. That means I get to fuck with intros and do all kinds of things. Hey everyone, welcome to another scene in Darkness in Dublin. This is going to be a scene for the Changeling venue, and that was our prologue. I'm dying. I'm dying. Okay. Evan down. Evan down. Okay. All right. So, yes. It's funny how when you walk, when you stride, when you strut, and when you prowl, how it is the streets can all seem to intermingle into one great malaise, a collage of colors and a collage of buildings. But as you turn down certain streets, you become vehemently aware of the fact the streets longen, they lengthen, they become more than they are. The shops twist and turn, congeal and contract until, well, you're somewhere where you weren't before. Is that man? You see people crying wares on the sides of the road that are entirely alien. They're talking about bottled pixie wings and fermented dream stuff. As you will step into the Goblin Market of Swords, ironically named because it is in fact in swords, but there's also a large stylized sword hanging over the archwayed gate as you enter the trod to bring you there. You step inside. It's a relatively small market, or rather, no, it's relatively large, but it's not very well kept, if that makes sense. You see that there's work being done, but then again, it's slow. The process is meticulous, and only a handful of the booths are actually occupied. But there are changelings, there is barter, people are talking. Life continues, as we will let our friends weave and twist their way atwixt between the market stalls.
And here we are, the market. I
It
don't
is.
suggest the milk.
I'm sorry, what?
She says she doesn't suggest the milk.
Fortunately, I'm not particularly parched at this moment. This is quite unusual compared to some of the other markets I've seen.
You guys will see a number of banners that are flying from, that are fluttering in the chimerical breeze that show that show a very large yellow star emblazoned on them.
Okay.
Yellow
that does
Star being the livery of Varge.
Yes.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay, that
Best,
matches.
best to be on your caution, child.
Why?
This is the holdings of a member of House Farage.
Yeah, I know.
I'm afraid I don't have much familiarity with the Unseelie houses.
Oh, wait, seriously? She smiles and looks.
She'll look down at it. Does that surprise you?
Yes. Oh, well, actually, no, wait. She's gonna say, oh, no. No, not at all. You just come off to me as, incredibly unseemly yourself.
She'll just give a patient smile. I see. Well, let us see what we can acquire here. Perhaps I can find some food for the orphans. Are there orphans around here?
You'll hear a very
I
sarcastic
don't.
red cap who's just leaving, saying, "Or maybe we'll make the orphans into the food," as he's just walking out of the market.
She'll look backwards and give a sign and look forwards and say, I have spent too little time around my own people, apparently.
I mean, if it means anything, I keep my orphans pretty well fed. I like to think of myself as their mother.
Perhaps you should adopt some.
Oh, I did. I adopted orphans. They're my lovely little orphans.
She just kind of gives a soft smile and says, let us continue on and see what we can see.
Yep.
As I said, the market itself is relatively large, but it's very sparse. You're not sure if it had fallen into disrepair a long time ago or if it is a new event. However, many of the buildings, many of the stalls are closed and run down. Though you will see, as I have mentioned, individuals attempting to actively repair the damage that's been done. As you reach the center of the market where the balefire itself is located, it is not very powerful, not very bright, but it is in a brazier that would indicate it should be much larger, perhaps. And you will see an individual who is seated in a he's seated in a high back chair. There we go. He's at the moment he's having wine or some other red liquid poured into a goblet that he has in his hand, as he is looking down over a ledger book, just kind of going like, doo, doo. His eyes look up from his ledger, as he will say at the approaching duo. Ah, something new. I did not think I would get to experience that today. You'll see the circlet that he's wearing on his head. In the center of the jewel, there's a very definite carved star of the or carved sun of House of Arch. What was your name? No, no, no. I don't tell me, Huskavishki. You I've given up. Puka. What is not your name?
My name isn't Angela. This also is not my wife.
Ah,
Points
I
to
s-
Martha.
did you say this also isn't my wife?
Yes,
I see.
there's a line in there, so it counts.
I see that the noble house. Oh, do you wear an identification of your house?
On the mortal, I mean, on the face, you mean yes. While there is a brilliant, like, powder soft blue shawl wrapped around her arm, wrapped around the outside of her. No, sorry, it's inside of her cloak. The cloak is lined with the heraldry of Liam, as are her bracers and her. She does have a night sash underneath. She does have a soft powder blue shawl that she wears underneath it, and hanging from her hip is a crozius.
He will kind of raise an eyebrow as he leans forward in his chair. How very interesting. Your wife, indeed. My lady, it would appear as though you are many times gifted. I'm led to understand snakes can be very flexible.
I fear that I have but one chosen spouse, and that individual is not for us.
If it means anything, snakes also convince women to eat from the apple and give all humans free will. So they say.
I am aware, however, the miracles that I have witnessed and performed do not allow me to see such inconvenient truths.
You know, that's fair. I've also done LSD. By the way, don't fucking take LSD.
Other that, you need to take better LSD.
Well, I don't know.
I take it that you are the proprietor of this establishment.
I am the overseer here. You also stand in my barony. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Your name
BRB,
is.
hold on.
Uh, well, he will look at the snake as he crosses his legs and kind of leans back in his chair, his fingers planted together, and he'll say, So, what is it that you would be willing to wager that you can make even the most devout fall? I contemplate.
So, my lord,
Hmm.
I would like to very seriously congratulate you on actually attaining this place as an official barony.
Hmm.
She bows and says, "Truthfully, last I heard, you had just recently acquired this freehold, but you have officially been accepted by the Countess."
The Countess Darwan is, how would you say, most. He contemplates. He flicks the hair braid over his shoulder. Most generous in her benefice. But yes, as I've said, this freehold is a. It will do for now. No doubt that we will need to. What is the term in English? Fix it up, I believe.
Back, sorry about that.
It's quite fine. He was asking for your introduction.
Oh. She will place her hands together and do a formal bow and say, Lady Martha, Saint of Terrason of the House Liam.
And what can I, a humble baron, do when his divinity knocks on my door?
I feel like there's a story here.
In the weight of our shared lineage, you by far outrank me. I was anointed saint due to my presence and my friendship with he who has joined his father.
Fascinating. Fascinating. You know you're right, darling Angela. I sense that there is a story here. I would love to hear it. I would savor it, as a matter of fact. Ah, we'll just, hi Tiger.
Hello.
We are doing a scene in our freehold in the changeling market that House Varich have. So my borscht has just arrived.
Probably there all along, just making borscht.
So yeah, would you guys like to bring Tiger up to thing on what we've been doing? I just have to nip out and get a drink, and I'll be back in a second because I want to hear this story.
Oh well, I don't
Sure.
have a story to tell. Shit. I guess we're
Alright,
getting a
so,
treat today, guys.
so up to speed, my character and Tim's character have walked into the House Verich market. I posted my face claims on the website. I don't know if you saw them yet, but basically, think Wonder Woman wearing the cloak is her face seeming, and a nun is her mortal seeming.
Okay.
She just introduced herself as Lady Martha, Saint of Terrason, beholden of House Liam, and that caused Evan's character to go into a fit of hysterics.
Angela over here is a snake puka. She does not have a house that is visible.
Fair enough.
I think you've met Angela.
I have. I remember her. Not as borscht, obviously, but as another knocker from long ago. So borscht in his mortal seeming looks like. Have you guys seen American Gods?
I've seen part of it.
Have you seen Chernobog?
No, but the name sounds familiar.
He's basically an old fucking grumpy Russian, and that's what Borscht looks like in his mortal scene.
Only pictures I can find are ones that are demons.
Oh, you're talking about Chernobog from American Gods?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what Borscht looks like, mortal wise.
All right. So for
Oh, I know that guy.
yeah, I was going to say. So for the new peeps, the scene is taking place in the changeling market in Swords, Dublin, the one that's owned by House Varich. We're just sitting over here being House Varich. We are currently in the center of the market, seated or standing and seated next to the bale fire that's currently crackling away happily there. Yeah, if people want to come in, they're more than free to come in. Alexis, without turning his head, will extend his hand for the bowl of soup that is being thrust towards it, because
Borscht.
it's almost like he can sense the presence of borscht.
Yeah. Oh, also in his face seeming, you smell gunpowder just constantly, just PT dubs. But yeah, Borscht will walk out the kitchen, handing Baron Voidfrost the bowl of borscht and say, "Oh, we have visitor."
We have many visitors, it would seem. So, as I said, I'm just going to put up a little picture of the actual freehold itself. I have stolen this entirely from Hellboy. You will have to forgive me, but then again, when I hear Changeling Market, this is what I think of. So yeah, we are currently, as I said, so it's kind of like, and we are outdoors in the freehold, so just on the edge of the Dreaming. So it's a pleasant sunny day. Then again, it's a Varich freehold, so the sun tends to shine an awful lot as a symbol of Hail House Varich, the gracious house, the scions of the sun. There may be reasons for our insanity. Don't worry about it. Also, don't ever enchant snowmen to look like my girlfriend, or I swear to God, I'll cut you.
Consider doing it.
I mean, that's the oath of crossed blades right there. Right there immediately. Do not ask, do not collect $200 oath of crossed blades. But yes, so you guys are all welcome to simply wander into the market. As I said, the market looks like it's in really bad repair at the moment, but there are basically people working to fix it. This is basically the explanation for why it is a 1-dot freehold, because we are currently fixing it to be better. We only just acquired it like last week. If it helps for both Marcus and Tiger, we may have won it from House Liam in a game of poker. Poker was involved. Mistakes were made. But yes, so in that case, Ian, if you'd like to give your character description and toddle on in, you're more than free to.
Yeah, just one moment. Just gotta open character sheet up.
Wait, hang on. You are literally playing a Kunari.
It's just he looks like that. It's the horns aren't there. He doesn't have any horns.
Oh.
The skin coloring and everything makes sense because of one of the merits he's got. All right, so Luca will wander through. He's checking out the market because it was supposed to be a whole lot nicer. He had heard. He'll hear some voices and wander over to the group. He's not an overly large fellow, but he's not overly small either. He's quite well built. He's got a darker tinge to his skin, and yeah, obviously a red cap.
Basically, none mortal seeming, face-seeming Gal Gadot covered with a cape, wearing Wonder Woman armor, but with a blue shawl and a crozius hanging from her waist. No weapons, though.
And Marcus, do you want to throw your tune in?
In just a moment.
Okay. Having accepted the bowl of soup, which appears to be a bright red soup. For the record, if any of you have ever had borscht, it's basically made from. I think it's made from red cabbage, isn't it? I think.
That's red cabbage and beets.
Yeah. He will set the soup down. It's in a little golden dish. He will set the soup down on the arm of the chair he's sitting in, before he'll say, "Oh shit, fuck." There's a name for this, and I can't remember. Marcus, what do I call knights again? Because I don't call them knights. There's a different word for it.
Reichstar.
Reichstar. Oh. Allow me to introduce Reichstar Dragon Smoke, he'll say, indicating the knocker standing to his left.
Lady Martha, Knight of House Liam, Saint of Terrason.
It would appear, he looks up, so it would appear, Reichstar, that we are blessed in the sense that the heavens have opened and the holy saints have descended upon us. I, for one, feel honored, don't you?
What if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. That is how music goes, yes?
Duh.
Just saying, if she's the saint,
Did you just say if she's the saint, I'm the sinner?
I'm the servant. Also, eat the fruit. Nothing bad will happen.
You know what? He's going to stand up. He's going to walk to a vendor. He's going to pick up an apple and he's going to toss the apple to Angela.
And just like that, we're all going to hell. I'm sorry. Let me know if this offends you. Looks over to Martha. Very, very, pretty genuinely.
Martha just has a very serene, calm smile on her face. Just looks bemused, if that could be a word to be used.
And who are you to come in? And who are you, friend, to join us in our freehold? He'll say, looking towards Ian.
My name is Luca Cook. And he'll give a slight bow.
Ha! Your name is Luca Cook, and this is my cook. This amuses me.
Hey, nice seeing you again, Luke. Really glad you made it out of that.
He'll give a slight salute.
That's this year.
So what brings everyone out today?
This young woman, who I now know is named Angela, decided to drag me here.
I came here to pick up chicks.
I figured it was best to accompany her lest nothing bad happen.
And I picked up a Catholic schoolgirl. Or rather, she will become a Catholic schoolgirl. Yes.
Are you insinuating that the darling Miss Angela is not capable of looking after herself, or are you insinuating perhaps that she would be in danger here? I don't know how to feel.
I'm insinuating that spaghetti's always straight until it's wet.
Sorry.
I am new to the city and therefore not accustomed to how things are handled here. In my opinion, letting anyone go across a turbulent street alone is something that is best avoided. After all, these are dangerous nights we live in these days.
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe what our friend here is insinuating is that she would like to handle you.
As I've already mentioned, I have but one spouse, and they are not here at the moment.
What does this have to do with me?
Pardon?
What does your spouse have to do with me?
Oh, I am not going to tell. I am sworn to secrecy. Isn't that correct?
She's going to lift up her hand, and she's going to point to the ring on her mortal seeming, which all Sisters of Charity wear to show their devotion to God.
So what you're saying is you are in fact in a relationship with an anthropomorphic personification. I must contemplate what the sex is like.
If you're in a relationship with him, and he is in a relationship with lots of people, is it not open relationship, or is there double standard?
Exactly. Because if I remember right, because I know who you're talking about. I know you're dating Aslan. Aslan's a good friend of mine. And I remember he said this was cool. Like, I've had a conversation with him about this.
She will just politely smile and say, "My thoughts must go beyond that which is carnal, if I am to remain an example for all free women in the world."
Oh, okay. So you got some kinks. Okay, that's fair. I can do more. I can do more for you.
Not that I would pay to see.
No.
But perhaps we are making dear lady uncomfortable. After all, we should respect the vow of chastity. I mean, let's face it, he'll turn and say in Russian to Tiger, otherwise House Liam might be able to breed, and that's not something any of us want.
Fuck.
Morsh
Really?
just kind of nods in solemn agreement.
Does not speak Russian, but doesn't understand, so assumes it was bad. Assumes it was unflattering.
Luca doesn't blink even though he understands what was said.
Oh, by the way, if any of you guys frequent social media, you should go ahead and follow me. Post all kinds of upcoming news, especially about Dublin celebrities and such. Great place to keep track of those things.
I am not what one would call social. And with that, he's going to go right back inside the freehold.
We're still in the freehold.
Shut up. He's going to go right back into the kitchen.
Okay.
If you look to the side in the side chat, you click that link. That's what my character looks like.
All right, hold on.
Dumbass computer.
Are you sidling on out, Marks?
Yes.
Okay. Sidle, sidle.
The hood that's in the picture has the house of art symbol on it, on the back of it.
Okay, got it.
He comes in to the thing and he looks for the. You're obviously the Duke of this whole deal, Evan.
Oh, he's sitting on a big chair, so yes.
You and I should play a game.
What was that?
You and I should play a game.
What would you like to play, Sergey? Well, you see, the problem is, I play you in poker, you win poker. You play me in chess, I win chess. It tends to go in circle.
Okay, one, you've never beaten me in chess unless you ordered me to lose.
Yes, but then I order you to lose, and you lose. Thus, I win.
There are downsides to being an house father.
But Sergey, come, meet new friends, including some kind of Pope saint thing.
Like in the old country?
No, not like in the old country, like Vishki, Keshkinak, Vishk. He kind of contemplates and he says, what happens when one wears the mask of righteousness in order to hide the face of what one truly is?
You mean he is American?
Da.
Actually, my mortal seeming is French.
But that's fine, but we still think it's funny.
Are you saying that I am not who I claim to be?
You either are or you are not. It is not for us to judge. The dreaming will decide for you.
Dreaming has odd habit of doing that. Miss Angela, would you mind coming here for a moment, please? Oh, I don't know if Tim is there.
Oh, there we go. I'm back now. In response to that, she'll walk over and she'll say, "Fuck that and fuck you."
Okay. He will contemplate as he looks up at her and she's like, do you believe that this woman is actually saint?
I think she looks like Wonder Woman.
I'm calculating odds someone gets slapped in the next 5 minutes.
I'll take that bit.
They're pretty high. It's
I'm just
probably
saying,
going to be me.
this dude, the Boggin that is walked in has a stone face. You can read hardly anything. He's got the grimace, just salty, just grump.
I was going to
course.
point out that the other thing I will say is that this character does have the murderous meme. So literally, he just oozes "I am dangerous."
Yeah, my character has calming presence.
Yes, that's amazing.
Borscht will walk back out of the kitchen with a bowl of his namesake and just silently hand it to Sergey.
You use the good stuff, yeah? Not
No.
not the stuff you use for the good stuff, yeah? Okay.
So they have good stuff now.
And we had the beets freshly imported from Vladivostok. It's fine. Don't worry about that. None of these stupid Irish beets. I don't know what they are. Seems like the potato famine migrated south.
Hey,
You
hey! I've heard that's offensive to say here.
So we sit, we talk, we eat, but we are not drinking. This is problem.
Borscht! He kind of shouts into the kitchen.
No.
Hang on, one moment. 1, 2, 3. I suppose since you are, he kind of looks at Sergey. In theory, they are guests, huh?
This is the part where you say, "Yes, Boggin, handle this. Try it."
Yes, Bogan. See to it that they are comfortable. Handle this.
Yeah. Thank you. Now we know our places and stations. You sit in the big chair and look important, and I make everybody happy.
This is the system that have been handed down from our mamas to our papas, down the way through the generations. Make it so, Bogan.
Click one
Just so
more
I
time.
understand, do you mean Fey history or Russian history? Because communism. When does communism happen?
This is a human thing. We are not human.
Oh. Okay.
Also, I should point out, he reaches up and he very casually he opens two of the buttons that are on the both the shirt that he is wearing and the chimerical shirt that he exists. And he opens it up so you can see, for the record, under his neckline. You can't actually see these, and they're not on his hands. But his body is literally covered in tattoos from the neck down, basically. And he points to one of the star. He points to a star tattoo that's on his collarbone, and he says, "I will also say, as you mentioned this, as I said, I must, in the times when it is done, communism happened to other people. Continue." He will then just rebutton the shirt.
She actually kind of tilts her head and points over and says, I'm unfamiliar with the story behind some of those tattoos. They seem to hold significance. What of the one you pointed out?
This is not the place for that.
No, it's not. However, she said something required an answer. Now see to their comfort, Boggin.
He goes and he comes back with some vodka and it looks like it's made of ice, the bottle, and he has cups and he brings them out. He blows off this in the anime. He goes, "Away, Domivoy, away! Not today." Little creatures are all around everything, and then he serves everyone as they, in order of importance.
1 second.
So,
Borscht, get out here. We're having toast.
Borscht walks out carrying a pot of borscht and several bowls.
Excellent.
are they also labeled borscht?
Yes.
Borscht is carrying borscht and other bowls that are borscht.
Well, the bowls don't have borscht in them yet, but there is a ladle so you can fill the bowls with borscht. So we'll have a bowl of borscht, a ladle of borscht, a bowl of borscht being carried by borscht.
It's just this really secret way for Borscht to get his name all over everything.
You act like it was a secret to begin with. So, you have come to my home. Well, my property, anyway. Seat yourselves. Chairs will be brought out along with a little low table for you to all sit at, and he'll say, "You are welcome as my guests. I offer you hospitality whilst you are here. You will not break the hospitality, or you shall break my heart. We would not wish to do that. So he'll raise the cup of vodka in his hands. Just for the record, in Russia they don't drink vodka in shot glasses. They drink it in these weird little stylized cup glass things. And he will say, "Long life, happiness, and the fulfillment of ambition. Na zdrovia." And he will pound the shot.
Martha will raise the toast, but will not drink because she is forbidden to drink.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh hell! Can I roll etiquette?
I'm gonna have to roll manip subterfuge because I'm about. That's like the
I
worst.
mean-
No.
Here's the better question. Do you want to actually put Martha in that position by giving her vodka, knowing what you know about her faith?
Hang on. I asked Marcus since he was the one pouring the drinks. Hi, Marcus.
I serve them in order of importance. You will notice that her glass was very far away from her, and it's just understood. He puts like a little hand over it. He understands.
Okay.
Hospitality. I am a bargain fool.
Luca will wait till everybody else has raised their glass and drank, and then he'll pound back the shot himself. Last in line.
He goes, one moment, just so no one is offended. He drinks the sister's shot himself.
She will give a polite smile and say, "My thank you, sir. I'm sorry. Your name was..."
Not important.
No, it is important, please.
Reistar Sergey.
My thanks, Reistar Sergey. Reistar Borscht.
See, everyone is friends. It is so much better when one has friends. Would you not agree?
Borscht
friends, I'm all about
will,
bread.
oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. What was that, Tiger?
Borscht will raise a finger. It is Raystar Dragon Smoke. Raystar Borscht is nickname.
My pardon, Reistar. Dragons...
Dragon Smoke.
Dragon Smoke.
It is no big deal. Dev Borscht. And he will he'll like ladle some borscht into a bowl and hand it to her.
She will take it, and she will say, "Bless you, my son. My thanks."
He kind of makes a face at that statement, but he'll just go on and continue giving bowls to people and putting borscht into them.
Out of character, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, sure.
Pardon my ignorance, out of character, but what is borscht?
It's like a Russian kind of soup.
It's
It's
chunky
not
though,
good.
like a stew. It's
Yeah.
like beets and red cabbage, and it's fermented.
It's
That
one of
actually
those
makes
things. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say it's one of those things that they have because it's what they have. Like they make it out of stuff that they have.
Okay, cool. I'd never ran into it before, so.
So it's basically the Russian equivalent of I had these fucking ingredients in the fridge and I just kind of threw them together.
Kinda, yeah.
It generally always includes red cabbage and beets. But yeah, you could have literally most anything in borscht, and it's served because it's hot and warm, and it's designed to like fight away the chill, essentially.
You can have cold
Sounds like-
borscht. That's the thing, but
You can have it cold, but it's traditionally kind of like a stew that we serve. Just it was even considered polite in kind of Tsarist Russia in the kind of the early 1900s to just give bowls of it to travelers if it was very cold outside and they were passing your house.
It sounds vaguely like post North American post Thanksgiving leftover soup.
Kind of. So, Tiger, what is in the borscht today? You made it.
red cabbages, beetroots, some beef stock, and a little bit of parsley.
Nice.
And the parsley turns red as soon as it hits the bowl.
Basically.
So, other than friends who've gathered, I'm curious, what line of work is it that you are in, friends?
It's fine.
You are what? Double O, double D, he says, looking at her chest. Rather obviously looking at her chest.
Tim, I think that was aimed at you.
Go. She's gonna say, "That's what I used to be, but then I got the breast reduction. Really gets in the way of spying. Also, the back problem's a bitch."
Fascinating. And what about the rest of you? What line of work is it that you're in?
Martha will look down at what her mortal body is wearing, and then will look back up and say, "I'm obviously a runway model." In all seriousness, I was attempting to be humorous. I know I can come off as a bit dry, but I am, in fact, a sister of the Order of the Sisters of Charity.
Just a note. Just a note, Brett. Luca actually did chuckle. That was both in character and out of character when I laughed.
Okay.
Angela will actually ask, "Does charity pay?"
It does, and then we give it to other people.
But does it pay you?
I have a place to sleep, a roof over my head, food when I need it, but most importantly, I can take care of the people in the world that are ailing.
So yes, charity
Yes.
pays.
In a way, yes.
Okay. Huh.
One could say that it feeds the soul, I suppose.
She will politely nod her head in agreement to the Baron.
They
Listen.
said soul is useless if belly is empty.
Can Soul get me a Bugatti? Maybe. Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Why in the name of fuck would you want a Bugatti? They're all flesh and no substance.
What is this Dragon Ball? I thought you were a snake.
Snakes are also dragons. They're also dinosaurs.
I do not think that is true, but I do not know enough about the animal to tell you otherwise.
Hey. I never told you what kind of snake I am. I'm a fucking raptor.
That is not snake.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Google later.
Fascinating. Very fascinating.
Sergey just kind of he's sitting around a table and he reaches into one of his mini leather pouches that he has along his little. It's not a rogue outfit, I promise. Do any of you play cards?
I'm afraid games of chance have never been my forte.
No, I asked you, did you play cards?
No, unfortunately, I never learned the skill.
How is there a
I'm
chance?
hard as fuck.
How is there a chance involved in cards?
He is insinuating, my dear saint, that it is a game of skill as opposed to a simple game of, how would you say, Geschlick, game of chance.
I said it in English. I think she heard me.
I don't think she understood you when you said it in English.
What I meant was just that I've never had an opportunity to play. I went into the convent when I was still a teenage girl.
So you're saying that you know nothing of life as opposed to life behind a wall.
No, that is not what I am saying. I know life. I have ministered to the poor, to the sick, to the ailing. I've stood in the face of battle. I have stood at the feet of our Savior. I have done many things in my life.
You met Verich?
Pardon?
You should Savior. You mean Verich?
No, I mean Jesus.
Is he a silly she or what? No.
Yet, I think she means she met the she's talking about the anthropomorphic personification.
Oh, you mean that religion that forced people from their homes and the programs and all the other horrible things? Yes. Okay.
Unfortunately, the name has been used and the message has been lost. Whenever I return, it is my duty to make sure the message is followed.
I think they got the message pretty clear when they burned us out of our homes.
When they burned down when they burned down the forests, when they decapitated our young, when they called those who consorted with us witches and sent them to the pyres to burn.
When that fucking Don ran me out of house and home by cheating in a goddamn game of poker, God fucking... He throws the bowl of Borst against the fucking wall and then just storms back to the kitchen.
That was
How
a good bowl! Why you have to ruin the bowl?
I'll
How
make
did
a new one!
Do I need to make a flashback, Tim? No way, I don't think my flashbacks are triggered by that, sorry. She will very calmly, very politely say, I understand how the message has been lost. I was there when the message was spoken. But I was also there when Torquemada got his hands on me and proclaimed me a witch.
Okay, I am very confused now. Now, this is not disrespectful. This is question. May I ask this in this home and not be considered offensive to you?
You may.
Okay. He pulls out a knife. He puts it on the table. This knife is knife. It can be used to stab, to cut food. His tool is whatever you need it to be, is knife. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
You are like us. Of the original, of the villa. You are creature like us. Yeah?
Correct.
Okay. How can you be us and be that at the same time?
Because I am not a part of what was the destructive aspect of it.
No.
I'm a part of...
You misunderstand. These two things are different. How are you the same thing?
I am as my Lord made me.
Does your lord have more power than the dreaming itself?
One would say that my Lord is manifested within the dreaming as well. That his power is also the power of the dreaming.
Alexis will stand up. He will bow to the group very slightly. His head will lower, and he is going to walk into basically the kitchen connects to one of our trons to leave, which is our restaurant, and he is going to walk inside. He's then going to close the door after him.
Oh, perception empathy.
Okay, I will oppose it with my. I have to check what my manipulation sub is.
Okay.
That much.
Mine is 8.
Yours is, I think, slightly higher than mine. He has a manipulation of 4 and a. Whoa, no, actually, I do have a thing in this. We have equal pools. Give me a second. Would you say would you say that either the specialty for manipulation of slippery or the subterfuge specialty of bluffing would apply?
This isn't really slippery, and like he's not really talking. It sounds like he's just kind of getting the poker face going.
That's fair. Cool. I'll accept that. So 8. Yes.
You got it.
No. You know what? I'm gonna let you see it. I'm gonna go fuck the roll. I'll let you see it because he's actively not hiding his face when he does this. The phrase "abject disgust" is written all over his face, like abject disgust.
And with that, Martha will set down the bowl, say, "Thank you for your hospitality," and she will turn and she will leave.
For the record, inside with Borsk, because Borsk went into the kitchen, didn't you, Tiger? He will very calmly walk. He'll very calmly walk into the kitchen. He will take up a clean new dinner plate. He will smash the dinner plate on the floor. He then bites his thumb so hard that it bleeds ever so slightly, a few drops of blood, and he spits the blood onto the broken dish. That is a whole bunch of random cultural bullshit I just did.
I was gonna say Porsche probably understands the significance behind that, but I don't.
Basically, it's him. It's him denoting the fact of I consider my I consider my hospitality over. This whole thing is done. I am done. Done. With some more done on top.
Gotcha. Porsche just silently slides over a bowl.
He will take the bowl. He will sip. He'll pick up the bowl in his hand. He'll sip, and he will say, "That is an offense to the dreaming and to my kith. Strasvutia, suka." Basically, he just called her a punk bitch, essentially.
Should I politely ask the others to leave?
Yes, we're going to close for the day. I need to, how would you say? I need to de-stress.
So,
Luca's gonna stand up from his from the place he leaned against, seeing the person that basically it was leading the party kind of leave. He's gonna slip out the door.
Sergey's doing card tricks at the table.
Porsche will walk out of the kitchen and say, the Baron wishes for the place to be closed for tonight. If those who do not stay here would not mind making their exit.
Nah, fuck that. I live here now. She stands up and starts getting her stuff. Shouldn't send anything out, but whatever.
Marshall
She'll
just kind of say thank you, but to look at Sergey, confused.
It's on her head if she wants to deal with him.
So I mean, she bows and says, "I'll come back to get my place later. Thank you for the hospitality."
No.
All right.
And she goes like this.
When everyone else is gone, the Baron will return outside and he'll retake his chair. He loops one of his legs over the chair leg and he'll say, "That is an embarrassment to our kind."
There are decisions that we do not get to make, my liege.
No, I will be forgiving, but I very much doubt that the others will be. For example, I look forward to when they meet Count Baylor, for example. Say shit like that in front of him, and I believe the phrase is, "talk shit, get hit."
It is not where we go, it is not who we see, it is how we do what we do. You must remember this.
The eyes narrow, almost like, that very kind of predatory view before they'll open again, and he'll simply say, "We shall see what we shall see." Needless to say, I don't want that Suka piece of shit in my market again.
Well,
I-
then we will have to endeavor to make it your market.
All right, and with that, we can end the scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness of Dublin where shit got real, yo.